48, Maharaj.
अच्छा, आदि लीला फर्स्ट चैप्टर ना, ओके। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् आददानस्तनं दन्तैरिदं याचे पुनः पुनः श्रीमद्रूपपदाम्बोज तुलिस्यां जन्मजन्मनि अनर्पितचिरिं चिरात् करुणावतीर्णा कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतजलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम् हरिपुरटसुन्दरद्युतिः कदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदये कन्दरे स्फुरतुवाक्शचिनन्दनः संसारदुःखजलधौ परितस्य कामः कोदारिणकरमकरैकवलीकृतस्य दुर्वासनानिगलितस्य निराश्रयस्य चैतन्यचन्द्रमम देहि पदावलम्बम् चैतन्यचन्द्रमूर्तिमुदं विकास्य हृद्यं विधेहि चिन्तनभृङ्गरङ्गै किञ्चापराधतिमिडं निबिडं विधूय सदाकालामृतं सदैपाय दुर्गतं मां सङ्कर्षणाकारणतो यशायै गर्भोदिशायै च पयोदिशायै केशस्य श्यां सकलासनित्यानन्दाक्षरामा शरणं ममास्तु। अमलकमलकान्तिं नीलवस्त्रां सुकेशिं शशधरसंवक्त्रां खञ्जनाक्षीं मनोज्ञां सदगतमुक्तादामदीप्तं किशोरीं व्रजपतिसकान्तां राधिकामाश्रयम्। सर्वप्रथम अस्मदे गुरुपाद पद्मनित्तदा प्रेष्ठ जगद्गुरु शिशु भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गुरुसाई महाराज रेड्डी स्वामी शिशु भक्तिवेदांत दंडी महाराज नामनिष्ठ संत श्री अनिरुद्धास प्रभु जी और समस्त वैष्णव के चरणों में यथा के दंडवत प्रणाम अर्पण करता हूँ। टुडे वर्स 48, right? 48.
Yes, Maharaj.
We're reading the verse 48. नैवोपयन्त्यपचितिं कवयस्तवेशा ब्रह्मायुषा विकृतमुद्धमुदा स्मरन्ता यो अन्तर्बहिस्तनुभृताम् अशुभं विधुन्वन् आचार्यचैत्यवपुषां स्वगतिं व्यनक्तिम्। न एव, not at all, upayanti, are able to express apachitim, their gratitude, kavaya, learned devotees, tava, your, Isha, O Lord, Brahma Ayusha, with a lifetime equal to Lord Brahma's, api, in spite of kritam, magnanimous work, ruddha, increased, mudaha, joy, smarantaha, remembering, yaha, who, antaha, within, bahi, outside, tanubhrutam, of those who are embodied, ashubham, misfortune, vidunvan, dissipating, acharya, of the spiritual master, chaitya, of the super soul, vapusha, by the forms, swa, own, gatim, path, venakti, shows. So here, O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Super Soul, to deliver the embodied living beings by directing him how to come to you. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11 Canto, 29 chapter. 6th verse was spoken to Shri Uddhav after he heard from, was spoken by Shri Uddhav after he heard from Shri Krishna all necessary instructions about yoga. So this is a very nice verse. Naivopantim apachitim kavayastabesha Brahma Vishabhikrutam Uddham Udas Varanta Yoantar Vaisthanuprutam Ashvam Vidunvan Acharya Chaitya Pusham Swagatim Ganakti. So here Bhagavan is guiding the living entity externally as the Acharya, as the Mahanta Guru, and internally as the Super Soul. So internally as the Chaitya Guru. Within the heart there is a Guru called Chaitya Guru, and he is called the Super Soul. And externally is called Acharya or Mahanta Guru. So here he is telling that transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. So Brahma has a very long lifespan, but no one can glorify the spiritual master or Paramatma, Chaitya Guru, their mercy. because they are directing from inside and outside. For example, Chaitya Guru will help you find the Mahanta Guru. Oh, where will I find my Diksha Guru? Where will I find my Shiksha Guru? All these things are from within. Understand? Like for example, my case I take. Like I was going to ISKCON. For many years I was studying in ISKCON, attending classes there. But whenever I used to go to the deity of Prabhupada, and I used to cry before the deity of Prabhupada that you left the world in 1977 and then we want a guru like you. How will we find a guru like you? As qualified as you. Not any less than you or maybe, equal to you. So this cry used to come in our heart. So then Chaitya Guru directed me to my Guru Maharaj, Mitala Prashtam Vishnu Pashisha Bhaktidar Narayana Goswami Maharaj. So because Chaitya Guru only helped me find this Guru. Otherwise, how could I find conditioned soul like me? How could I find a Guru? Understand? So by hearing the prayer, Chaitya Guru directs you to the spiritual master. Understand? So we are indebted to Chaitya Guru as well as the Guru, Mahanta Guru, who gives instructions from outside, Acharya. But not many people can understand what the Chaitya Guru is saying, because Chaitya Guru's voice is little feeble. Understand? So you also need Mahanta Guru, outside Guru, to guide you. So, but we do need help of Chaitya Guru to find a Mahanta Guru also. So this is a very important verse. Now we'll take the text number 19. This is a very famous verse. Tesham sate uktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ye namam upayanti te. So here, Tesham, unto them, satata yuktanam, always engaged, bhajatam, in rendering devotional service, priti purvakam, in loving ecstasy, dadami, I give, buddhi yogam, real intelligence, tam, that, yena, by which, mam, unto me, upayanti, come, te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. This verse of the Bhagavad Gita clearly states that how Govinda Dev instructs his bona fide devotee. The Lord declares that by enlightenment in theistic knowledge, he awards attachment for him to those who constantly engage in his transcendental loving service. The awakening of divine consciousness enthralls a devotee, who thus relishes his eternal transcendental mellow. Such an awakening is awarded only to those convinced by devotional service about the transcendental nature of the personality of Godhead. They know that the supreme truth, the all spiritual and all powerful person, is one without a second and has fully transcendental senses, is the fountainhead of all emanations. Such pure devotees, always merged in knowledge of Krishna and absorbed in Krishna consciousness, exchange thoughts and realizations as great scientists exchange their views and discuss the results of their research in scientific academy. Such exchanges of thoughts in regard to Krishna give pleasure to the Lord, who therefore favors such devotees with all enlightenment. So to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So what we have to do is render service. We should continue rendering service to Krishna. Then Krishna will automatically give us understanding. So that's why serving Vaishnavas, serving the spiritual master, serving the deities in the temple, all these things, they never go in vain. They are also very, very important. So any preaching seva we do, that is also very, very important. So we should try to engage in preaching also. Like Gurudev was talking about Nagar Sankirtan. He said Nagar Sankirtan is also very, very important. If you go on Nagar Sankirtan, then people will hear the holy name. Otherwise, they have no chance. How they can know Krishna? Not possible for them. So we have to, so Gurudev said that even if they are conditioned souls, if they hear the last syllable, Hare, from the Maha Mantra, they'll be delivered. Even the trees, creepers, reptiles, insects, They'll all be delivered if when we engage in Nagar Kirtan. So Gurudev always emphasized Nagar Kirtan. We should always try to do loud Sankirtan. So Bhagavan, he is very pleased by those who try to preach to others, who try to help others. Text number 50. Yatha Brahmane Bhagavan Swayam Upadishano Bhavitan. Yatha, just as Brahmane unto Lord Brahma, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Swayam himself Upadishya, having instructed Anubhavitavan, cause to person. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, taught Brahma and made him self-realized. The English maxim that God helps those who help themselves is also applicable in the transcendental realm. There are many instances in the revealed scriptures of the Supreme Personality of Godhead acting as the spiritual master from within. The Personality of Godhead was the spiritual master who instructed Brahma, the original living being in the cosmic creation. When Brahma was first created, he could not apply his creative energy to arrange the cosmic situation. At first, there was only sound vibrating the word tapa, tapa, two syllables, tapa. That is what Brahma heard, which indicates the acceptance of hardships for spiritual realizations. Means Brahma was told by the disembodied sound that he should engage in austerities. Refraining from sensual enjoyment, one should voluntarily accept all sorts of difficulties for spiritual realization. This is called tapasya. An enjoyer of the senses can never realize God, godliness, or the science of theistic knowledge. Thus, when Brahma, initiated by Sri Krishna by the sound vibration tapa, engaged himself in acts of austerity, by the pleasure of Vishnu, he was able to visualize the transcendental world, Sri Vaikuntha, through transcendental realization. Modern science can communicate using material discoveries such as radio, television, and computers. But the science invoked by the austerities of Sri Brahma, the original father of mankind, was still more subtle. In time, material scientists may also know how we can communicate with the Vaikuntha world. Lord Brahma inquired about the potency of the Supreme Lord, and the personality of God answered his inquiry in the following 6 consecutive statements. These instructions, which are reproduced from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 9th chapter, 31st to 36, were imparted by the personality of Godhead acting as the Supreme Spiritual Master. So basically, this is the summary of Srimad Bhagavatam, which was imparted to Lord Brahma. And this is called Chatushloki Bhagavat. So Bhagavatam is in a nutshell, like the seed of it. So, text number 51. Jnanam parama guhyam me yad vijnana samanvitam sarasyam tadangam cha gruhana garitam maya. Jnanam, knowledge. Parama, extremely. Guhyam, confidential. Me, of me. Yad, which. Vijnana, realization. Samanvitam, fully endowed with. Sarasyam, along with mystery. Tad, of that. Angam, supplementary parts of. Grahana, just try to take up. Gaditam, explained Maya by me. Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you. For transcendental knowledge about me is not only scientific but also full of mysteries. So here Bhagavan is telling Brahma to hear what he is telling. This is the transcendental knowledge, very confidential knowledge. Transcendental knowledge of Sri Krishna is deeper than the impersonal knowledge of Brahma, for it includes knowledge of not only his form and personality, but also everything else related to him. There is nothing in existence not related to Sri Krishna. In a sense, there is nothing but Sri Krishna, and yet nothing is Sri Krishna save except his primal personality. So everything is Krishna, but at the same time, everything is not Krishna. Means everything is inside Krishna, but Krishna is not inside everything. This knowledge constitutes a complete transcendental science, and Vishnu wanted to give Brahmaji full knowledge about that science. The mystery of this knowledge culminates in personal attachment to the Lord, with a resulting effect of detachment from anything non-Krishna. So we should be attached to Krishna and not be attached to the matter. There are 9 alternative transcendental means of attaining this stage: hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the Supreme, so serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshipping, praying, assisting, fraternizing with the Lord, and sacrificing everything for Him. These are different parts of the same devotional service, which is full of transcendental mystery. The Lord said to Brahma that since he was pleased with him by his grace, the mystery was being revealed. Now, verse number 52. Yavan aham yatha bhavo yad rupa guna karmaka tataivam tattva vijnanam astu me tat anugrahat. Yavan, as I am in my eternal form, aham, I, yatha, in whichever manner, bhava, transcendental existence, yat, whatever, rupa, various forms and colors, guna, qualities, karmakaha, activities, tatha, eva, exactly so, tattva vijnanam, factual realization, astu, let there be, te, your, my, anugrahat, by causeless mercy. By my causeless mercy, be enlivened in truth about my personality, manifestations, qualities, and pastimes. The transcendental personal form of the Lord are a mystery, and the symptoms of these forms, which are absolutely different from anything made of mundane elements, are also mysterious. The innumerable forms of the Lord, such as Sham Sundar, Narayan, Ram, and Gaura Sundar, the colors of these forms, white, red, yellow, cloud-like Sham and others, his qualities as the responsive personality of Godhead to pure devotees, and as impersonal Brahma to dry speculators. His uncommon activities like lifting Govardhan Hill, marrying more than 16,000 queens at Dwarka, and entering the Rasa dance with the damsels of Raja, expanding himself in as many forms as there were damsels in the dance. These and innumerable other uncommon acts and attributes are all mysteries, one aspect of which is presented in the scientific knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, which is read and adored all over the world by all classes of scholars, with as many interpretations as there are empiric philosophers. The truth of these mysteries was revealed to Brahma by the descending process, without the help of the ascending one. So here there are 2 processes. One is the ascending process, one is the descending process. So we try to get knowledge by descending process. We learn from Guru Parampara, our Guru Maharaj, who learned from his Guru Maharaj. We don't go for ascending process, because ascending means speculation. The scientists, mental speculators, Gyanis, they are trying for ascending process. But we are going for Shauta Pantha, not Tarka Pantha. Shauta Pantha means hearing from the authority. And Tarka Pantha means the path of logic. Tarkic people. So we are not Tarkic. The truth of these mysteries was revealed to Brahma by the descending process, without the help of the ascending one. The Lord's mercy descends to a devotee like Brahma, and through Brahma to Narad, from Narad to Vyasa, and from Vyasa to Shukadev, and so on in the bona fide chain of disciplic succession. We cannot discover the mysteries of the Lord by our mundane endeavors. They are revealed by His grace to the proper devotees. By our mundane endeavors, we cannot understand the mysteries of the Lord. Because while Lord does some pastimes, we cannot know. When Lord Ramchandra was in the forest, he was with Sita. So Sita used to sweep the bhajan kutir. She used to do all the seva for Ramchandra. Lakshman's job was to collect the fruit and bring the fruit. Sita used to cut up, offer to Ram. She used to massage the feet of Ram. And she used to do all the sevas. So Ram was actually had very little headache, because Sita, his wife, was with him. His brother was with him. So he was living a very happy life, family life, in the company of his wife. So all the young rishis, all the young sages, they thought that if we had a wife like this, our life will also be very peaceful, like Ramchandra's life, So, but how to get a woman in the forest? Very difficult to find a woman in the forest. But they had heard that Ramchandra once touched a stone where Gurudev was born. There was one big rock. Ramchandra went and touched that piece of rock. It became a woman, Ahalya. She was actually cursed by her husband. So they thought that we also take some big stones and get them touched to Lord's feet. They all become women and they'll serve us. So they all chose, someone chose a black stone, someone chose a white stone. I don't know, someone wanted a black wife, they took a black stone. Someone wanted a very fair wife, he took a white stone. Different color stones they gathered, and they just waiting for Ram to come, and they wanted all the stones to be touched by his feet. So many women will be there. Someone will have one wife, someone have two wives, someone have even 5 or 6 wives. But then Ram realized that they are going to fall in family life. So Ram, he arranged that Sita be kidnapped. Actually, it was not the real Sita, but a shadow of the original Sita. Original Sita was kept by Agni in the company of Parvati and Shankar. Anyways, in Kailash. Anyways, when Ram saw that the Sita was kidnapped, actually Ravan came and kidnapped the Chaya Sita. Then Ram generally, when he used to come to the ashramas of the sages, used to cry loudly, "Ah Sita, ah Sita, where are you? How will I live in your separation? Alas, alas, oh Sita, oh Godavari." So hearing that cry is all the young Rishi sages, they cancelled their prospect of marriage. They said, Ram's wife was stolen, what to speak of us? Even Ram's wife was not spared by demons. There are so many demons in the forest surrounding this forest area we live. So many demons are there. As soon as we get wives, these demons will steal our wives. So better not get married. So seeing Ram's separation, they all cancel the plan to get married. So such pastimes Ram will perform. So showing that household life is very troublesome. So anyways, these mysteries are gradually disclosed to the various grades of devotees in proportion to the gradual development of their service attitude. In other words, impersonalists who depend upon the strength of their poor fund of knowledge and morbid speculative habits without submission and service to the forms of hearing, chanting, and others mentioned above cannot penetrate to the mysterious region of the transcendence, where the supreme truth is a transcendental person free from all tinge of material elements. So here actually we have to depend on the Vedic knowledge. Like Gurudev was telling in a class that there are different stools, stool of a dog, cat, hawk, pig, but he said the worst type of stool is the human stool. Gurudev was telling that people are eating rabdi, some people are eating so many nice foodstuffs, but morning time they pass stool, the night cell is very much revolting. The sight of it, the smell of it, understand? But Gurudev said that the stool of a cow, the cow dung, is extremely purifying. If anyone will touch the stool of a cow, that is the cow dung, he will be purified. Sripad Dandi Maharaj also was telling like this. He said this cow dung must be transcendental in nature because it purifies others. Understand? So this knowledge we get that cow dung is pure, we get from the Vedas. So it is a revealed knowledge, like the Bible. The Bible also says, it's a revealed knowledge, it's a revelation basically. Like, don't take the name of God in vain. What does it mean? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to say that don't take the name of God in vain means don't take it with the desire for yoga, mystic perfection, or for karma, for elevation to the heavenly planet, or jnana, for merging in Brahma, like this. Don't take the name of God in vain means don't have any anya vilash, don't have any other desires other than achieving the mercy of Krishna. That is what the meaning of don't take the name of God in vain, the Bible says. So, Here it is told very clearly that discovering the mystery of the Lord eliminates the impersonal feature realized by common spiritualists who are merely trying to enter the spiritual region from the mundane platform. So many times people are engaged in meditating on the impersonal feature of the Lord. But no, God is actually a person. And God is very beautiful. Like Gurudev was telling that, how do we know God is merciful? He was asking one devotee. Gurudev used to take classes in Philippines in 2009. He was telling the devotees to remember some shlokas. So in one shloka, Gurudev said that, how do you know that Krishna is very merciful? Then the devotee said that he sends the spiritual master and Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru and sadhus to help us. And then Gurudev said, yes, but also he is very merciful because Putana, she wanted to kill Krishna, but Krishna gave her destination like his nursemaid, like his nursing mother, like Dai, assistant of Mother Yashoda. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam, jigam saya payat apiya sadvi, leve gatim dharti uchitam tatonna, kamva dayalum sharanam brajam. Krishna is very merciful. Even someone is trying to kill him, he is giving that person a position in Vaikuntha, even higher than Vaikuntha, in Golak Vrindavan. So, who can understand the mercy of Krishna? He is extremely merciful. And who else we should worship other than Krishna? Understand? So, another verse now, text 53. Aham evasam evagre nanyad yad sat asat param pashat aham yad etaccha yo avashishyeta sosvyam. Aham, I, the personality of Godhead, eva, certainly asam, existed. Eva, only, agre, before the creation. Na anyat, never, anyat, anything else. Yat, which, sat, the effect, asat, the cause. Param, the supreme, pashat, at the end, aham, I, the personality of Godhead. Yat, which, etat, this creation. Cha, also, yah, who, avashishyet, remains, sa, that asmi, am, aham, I, the personality of God. Prior to the cosmic creation, only I exist and no phenomena exist, either gross, subtle, or primordial. After creation, only I exist in everything, and after the annihilation, only I remain eternal. So, this is basically what Krishna is telling, that I am the Alpha and Omega, I am the A and Z. Means I am the beginning and I am the end, and I am in the middle. So there is never a time that I don't exist. So aham means I. Therefore, the speaker who is saying aham, I, must have his own personality. The Mayavadi philosophers interpret the word aham as referring to the impersonal Brahma. The Mayavadis are very proud of their grammatical knowledge, but any person who has actual knowledge of grammar can understand that aham means I, and that I refers to a personality. Therefore, the personality of Godhead speaking to Brahma uses aham while describing his own transcendental form. Aham has a specific meaning. It is not a vague term that can be whimsically interpreted. Aham, when spoken by Krishna, refers to the supreme personality of Godhead and nothing else. So Krishna has a personality. He is actually having a very beautiful form, and he is a person. He is the supreme person. He is not an impersonal truth. Before the creation and after its dissolution, only the supreme personality of Godhead and his associates exist. There is no existence of the material elements. This is confirmed in the Vedic literature. Vasudevo va idam agre asin na brahma na cha shankara. The meaning of this mantra is that before creation, there was no existence of Brahma or Shiva, for only Vishnu existed. Vishnu exists in his abode, the Vaikuntha. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky, and on each of them Vishnu resides with his associates at his paraphernalia. It is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that although the creation is periodically dissolved, there is another abode which is never dissolved. The word creation refers to the material creation, because in the spiritual world everything exists eternally and there is no creation or dissolution. The Lord indicates herein that before the material creation He existed in fullness with all transcendental opulences, including all strength, all wealth, all beauty, all knowledge, all fame, and all renunciation. So this is Bhagavan. He has all the strength in the world. He is very, very strong. And He has all the wealth, all the beauty, all knowledge. So here all the strength Bhagavan has. Bhagavan, no one is stronger than Bhagavan. All the fame, he is very famous and he's all renunciation he has. If one thinks of a king, he automatically thinks of his secretaries, ministers, military commanders, palaces and so on. Such a king has such opulences, one can simply try to imagine the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the Lord says Aham, therefore it is to be understood that He exists with full potency, including all opulences. So we cannot imagine the opulence of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Not possible for us. Very, very opulent. The word Yat refers to Brahma, the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. In Brahma Samhita it is said, Tat Brahma Nishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhuta. The Brahman effulgence expands unlimitedly. Just as the sun is a localized planet with the sunshine expanding unlimitedly from that source. So the absolute truth is Supreme Personality of Godhead with His effulgence or energy, Brahma expanding unlimitedly. So here some example is given that the sun is a limited dimension. You can see the sun by your eyes. Sun is not an unlimited planet. The exact dimension of the sun is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto. Bhugol, Khagol, astronomy, astrological calculations are given there. But the effulgence of the sun reaches very, very far. So like that, Bhagavan is localized personality, but his effulgence, Brahma, expands unlimitedly. From that Brahman energy, the creation appears, just as a cloud appears in the sunshine. If Brahman effulgence is compared to the sunshine, then the creation is compared to a cloud. From the cloud comes rain, and from rain comes vegetation, and from the vegetation comes fruit and flowers, which are the basis of subsistence for many other forms of life. Similarly, the effulgent body luster of the Supreme Lord is the cause of the creation of infinite universes. So here you can see that all the planets are coming from Brahma Jyoti, the effulgent body luster of Sri Krishna. It's very clearly told that Brahma, the Brahma Jyoti, is the source of all these planets. The Brahman effulgence is impersonal, but the cause of that energy is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From Him, in His abode, the Vaikunthas, this Brahma Jyoti emanates. He is never impersonal. Since impersonalists cannot understand the source of the Brahman energy, they mistakenly choose to think this impersonal Brahma the ultimate or absolute goal. But as stated in the Upanishads, one has to penetrate the impersonal effulgence to see the face of the Supreme Lord. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is quoting from Sri Ishopanishad. That you have to penetrate the impersonal effulgence above Brahma. Then we can see the face of the Supreme Lord. If one desires to reach the source of the sunshine, he has to travel through the sunshine to reach the sun. Then meet the predominating deity there. So what is the predominating deity of the sun planet? Viva. Understand? Viva also has a personality. The absolute truth is person. Bhagavan as Srimad Bhagavatam mentions. The absolute truth is not impersonal, he is the supreme person. Sa means effect, Sat means effect, and Asat means cause. And Param refers to ultimate truth, which is transcendental to cause and effect. The cause of the creation is called the Mahat Tattva, a total material energy, and its effect is the creation itself. But neither cause nor effect existed in the beginning. They emanated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as did the energy of time. So it means that previously there was no Mahatattva, that is the total material energy, and the creation was also not there. But Bhagwan existed even before the Mahatattva existed. So this is stated in the Vedanta Sutra, Janmadhistyata. The source of birth of the cosmic manifestation of Mahatattva is the personality of God. Means the material creation, the cosmic manifestation or Mahatattva is coming from Sri Krishna, Supreme Personality of God. This is confirmed through Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Aham Svasya Prabhava, Matta Sarvam Pravartate, Iti Matva Bhajante Buddha Bhava Samandita. And the form of emanations. The material cosmos, the temporary is sometimes manifest and sometimes unmanifest. But its energy emanates from the same personality, same absolute Lord. Before the creation, there was neither cause nor effect. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead existed with his full opulence and illness. The word Paschat Aham indicates that the Lord exists after the dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. After Pralaya, Bhagavan continues to exist. When the material world is dissolved, the Lord still exists personally in the Vaikuntha. During the creation, the Lord also exists as he is in the Vaikuntha. And he also exists as the super soul within the material universes. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 5.37. Goloka eva nivasati akhyatma bhuto. Although he is perfectly and eternally present in Golok Vrindavan and Vaikuntha, he is nevertheless all-pervading, akhilatma bhuto. The all-pervading feature of the Lord is called the super soul. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava. The cosmic manifestation is a display of the energy of the Supreme Lord. The material elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, all ego, display the inferior energy of the Lord and the living entity are his supreme. So there is Paraprakriti, Aparaprakriti. So inferior energy is these elements, material elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. These are 8 elements which are the inferior energy of the Lord, Aparaprakriti. And the living entities are a superior energy or Paraprakriti. Since the energy of the Lord is not different from him, in fact everything that exists is Krishna in his impersonal feature. Sunshine, sunlight and heat are not different from the sun, yet simultaneously they are distinct energies of the sun. Similarly, the cosmic manifestation and the living entities are energies of the Lord, and they are considered to be simultaneously one with and different from him. The Lord therefore says, I am everything, because everything is his energy and is therefore not different from him. So, Yavashishya Sosmiham indicates that the Lord is the balance that exists after the dissolution of the creation. The spiritual manifestation never vanishes. It belongs to the internal energy of the Supreme Lord and exists eternally. When the external manifestation is withdrawn, the spiritual activities of in Golok and rest of the Vaikunthas continue, unrestricted by material time, which has no existence in the spiritual world. So basically, time factor is conspicuous by its absence in the spiritual sky. Right? So, he has said that the material time has no existence in the spiritual world. There is no material time there in the spiritual world. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita 15.6, it is said, Yad Gatvana Nivartante Tadama Paramam Mamam. The abode from which no one returns to this material world is the supreme abode of the Lord. Understand? So basically, when we go to Navadvip Dham Parikrama or Tirupati or Mathura, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, we should know that these are spiritual planets. They are all like Vaikuntha planets. They are like the projection of the spiritual sky on the material plane. Understand? So, once we go there, no returning. Now verse number 54. Rute artham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tat vidyat atmano mayam yatha bhaso yatha tamaham. Rute without artham value, yet that which pratiyeta appears to be, no, not. Pratiyeta appears to be, cha, certainly, atmani in relation to me, tat, that, vidyat, you must know, atmana, maya, illusory energy, yatha, just as, avasa, reflection, yatha, just as, tama, darkness. What appears to be truth without me is certainly my illusory energy. For nothing can exist without me. It is like a reflection of real light in the shadows. For in the light there are neither shadows nor reflections. In the previous verse, the absolute truth and its nature have been explained. One must also understand the relative truth to actually know the absolute. The relative truth, which is called Maya or material nature, is explained here. Maya has no independent existence. One who is less intelligent is captivated by the wonderful activities of Maya, but he does not understand that behind these activities is the direction of the Supreme Lord. So Gurudev was talking that once Krishna and Arjuna. So Krishna, I think, felt thirsty to in the forest. So he told Arjuna, go to the river and bring some water. So Arjuna went to the river and brought some water. Then he was telling Krishna, I saw a wonder. Then he said, Krishna said, what wonder you saw? He said, I saw two women, and although they were sitting next to each other, they were not talking to each other. So Krishna said, okay, let's go and inspect why these two women are sitting next to each other. It's quite impossible that women are sitting next to each other, they are not talking to each other. So they went and they saw, and then they saw that one was actually Kaya, other Kaya. One was actually woman, other one was the shadow. So we thought that actually there are two women sitting next to each other. Actually, one was the woman, other one was the shadow. So how can you talk to a shadow? You know? So anyway, Gurudev was telling that we always like to talk about Krishna, chant Harinam, don't waste your time. So here Maya, a material nature is explained. Maya has no independent existence. One who is less intelligent is captivated by the wonderful activities of Maya, but he does not understand that behind his activities is the direction of the Supreme Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Charachara. The material nature is working, producing moving and non-moving things only by the supervision of Krishna. So material nature is working. She is producing moving and non-moving beings like trees and human beings and cats and dogs and hogs. Actually, the hogs are there called Sukara. Sukara. Keshava Dhruta Sukara Rupa. Bhagavan also took the shape of so like Varahadev. Actually, we say that how the Varaha, the hog, he will search for any object in the water or in mud. He will make a sound, and smell, and then he will find an object which what he wants in the mud also. So Bhagavan also making that sound, su, su, su. So su karoti is sukara. Sukara means hog. So Bhagavan took the shape of a boar, understand? So Kesava Dhruta Sukara Rupa Jai Jagadisha. Su karoti iti sukara. Making the hissing sound su by the mouth. The real nature of Maya, the illusory existence of the material manifestation, is clearly explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. The absolute truth is substance, and the relative truth depends upon its relationship. Uh, Maya means energy. Therefore, the relative truth is explained to be the energy of the absolute truth. Since it is difficult to understand the distinction between the absolute and relative truth, an analogy can be given for clarification. Absolute truth can be compared to the sun, which is appreciated in terms of two relative truths, reflection and darkness. So darkness is the absence of sunshine, and reflection is the projection of sunlight into darkness. Neither darkness nor reflection has an independent existence. So here, darkness cannot exist without light of the sun. The darkness is nothing but the absence of sunshine. And reflection is the projection of sunlight into darkness. Neither darkness nor reflection has an independent existence. Darkness comes when the sunshine is blocked. For example, if one stands, his back will be in darkness. This darkness stands in the absence of the sun, it is therefore relative to the sun. The spiritual world is compared to the real sunshine, and the material world is compared to the darkness where the sun is not visible. When the material manifestation appears very wonderful, this is due to a perverted version of the supreme sunshine, the absolute truth, as confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra. The spiritual world is nothing but the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Whatever one can see here has its substance in the absolute. As darkness is situated far away from the sun, so the material world is also far away from the spiritual world. The very literature directs us not to be captivated by the dark regions, tamaha, but to try to reach the shining regions of the absolute truth, yogi dham. The spiritual world is brightly illuminated, but the material world is wrapped in darkness. That's the difference. In the material world, sunshine, moonshine, or different kinds of artificial light are required to dispel darkness, especially at night. For by nature, the material world is dark. Means if there is no sun will not rise, moon will not rise, then we will have many problems. Therefore, the Supreme Lord has arranged for sunshine and moonshine. But in his abode, as described in the Bhagavad Gita, there is no necessity for lighting by sunshine, moonshine, or electricity because everything is self-effulgent. That which is relative, temporary, and far away from the absolute truth is called Maya, or ignorance. This illusion is exhibited in two ways, as explained in the Bhagavad Gita. The inferior illusion is inert matter, and the superior is the living entity. Living entities are called illusory in this context only because they are implicated in the illusory structures and activities of the material world. Actually, the living entities are not illusory, for they are parts of the superior energy of the Supreme Lord and do not have to be covered by Maya. If they do not want to be so, the actions of the living entities in the spiritual kingdom are not illusory. They are the actual eternal activities of liberated souls. Hare Krishna. Vitai Gaur Premanande. Jai Ho. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, pranams, thank you.
Shloki, which is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Today was a little complicated topic, but this is a very important because so much nice Siddhanta is given by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. And actually his purports are really great. Huh? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, next time we consider the verse number 55. Huh? That Yatha Mahanti Bhutani Yatha Mahanti Bhutani Bhuteshu Uccha Avacheshu Pravishtani Apravishtani Tathateshu Lateshu Am. As the material elements enter the bodies of all living beings and yet remain outside them all, I exist within all material creations and yet I am not within them. So this is a little complicated verse. We'll discuss next time. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad pranams. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Dhanavata. Anu Prabhu, can you please do Jai Dhwani? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग गंधर्व गिरिधारी राधा विनोद बिहारी जी की जय। नित्य लिप्त विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लिप्त प्रविष्ट और विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट और विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लिप्त प्रविष्ट और विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति प्रकाश केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लिप्त प्रविष्ट और विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट परम भगवत प्रवाह श्री श्री गौरी किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौदेव वेदांत आचार्य श्री बलदेव विद्याभूषण प्रभु की जय। श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। श्री नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय। श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री रूप सनातन बात रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल बात दास रघुनाथ सत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रमनंदरी श्री गौर प्रसाद विंद की जय। नामचय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सती गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री अंतरद्वीप मायपुर सीमांत द्वीप गोधूम द्वीप माधद्वीप कोलाद्वीप ऋतुद्वीप जानुद्वीप मोद ध्रुमद्वीप रुद्रद्वीप पद्मका श्री नवाद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन भरत प्रकाश श्री ब्रज मंडल की जय। श्री राधकुंड श्यामकुंड गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती विंध्या देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बल्लभ सुभद्र सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। श्री चैत्र मंडल की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशकारी श्री नरसिंह महादेव की जय। भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। चार धाम की जय। चार संप्रदाय की जय। चार आचार्य की जय। अकर माधरा श्री चैतन्य मात की जय। श्री श्री केशव गौतम उत्सका मात समा की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की समग्र भक्त वृंद की जय। चिंता गो प्रेम हरि हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Anu Prabhu, for that. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Take care. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow. Hare Bol.